So we are on the Sheep Mountain trailhead, or just left the Sheep Mountain trailhead on the Sheep Mountain Trail outside of Cody, Wyoming, and we're going to check it out. It's a 6-mile loop. I don't know if I have time to do the whole thing today, but we'll see. We're also planning to go to a rodeo tonight, so that should be a lot of fun. I think my legs are still recovering from the Lake Solitude hike a couple days ago. That was about a 17-mile round trip hike, and it was pretty much 8.5 miles of incline for the first half. Look at horse droppings. Somebody's been riding through here. Trail's pretty nice. Decent incline for this first chunk of the trail, according to all trails. And some of the locals did warn me that bear do like to hang out on this area, so I did bring bear spray with. But you can't beat the view. Trail's pretty well marked. Big old sign says trail. If you are coming into a place like this, besides the bear spray, I bought a K-9 water filter, the pump ones. Pretty handy. Just drop the intake in a water source, pump it out, and you should be good. Tested it out on the Solitude Lake hike, and I brought it with for this just in case. I did bring about a gallon of water with though too. A couple of water bottles. A big liter one, and then a insulated one with mostly full of ice, and then filled it with water. You can see they definitely did some work on the trail too, which is nice. But don't slip off, because you're not going to stop. That one won't kill you, but it's not going to feel good. The end of this video, I know I overpack my bag all the time, but I'll go through what we've taken with and what we're learning about what to bring and what not to bring. Whew, I found the steeper part of the trail. I didn't record it because it was embarrassing. So 3 days ago we did the Lake Solitude hike, and that was murder. I thought I was somewhat ready for it. Jogging and hiking 10 miles in Minnesota, running 9 miles, did not prepare me for altitude. I mean, it was better than nothing, but the altitude kicks your rear. I actually started losing my voice as we got closer to Lake Solitude, which is, I think, a weird side effect of altitude. Yeah, we're breaking out of the trees into the higher lands area now. At least I can see what's coming up. Okay, I just had the crap scared out of me. Walking through a slightly wet area, walked right up on a rattlesnake. Thankfully, I think he was as scared of me as I was of him, and he went the other direction. And I went my direction as fast as I could. A little windy up here right now. I don't think the drone's gonna fly. So I grabbed an old beer of a walking stick just off a down tree. I'm gonna try and keep it in front of my legs just a little bit in case I run into another one of them dumb things. God, look how cool this high meadow is. I got a lot of supplies with me, but something to offset a rattlesnake bite is not among them. At that point, I think I would grab about one of those Garmin InTouch connections for your phone and send the SOS signal. Cost me a lot of money, but be better than dying from a rattlesnake bite. So when I go back through that area, I'm gonna go nice and slow and hope he's gone, because he was several feet long. He was not small. It is nice and sunny out, so I'm assuming they're out sunning themselves. So I'm gonna be careful up here. But look at that view. You do not find that where I'm from. creek's running more and more too. There must be a mountain spring up here somewhere. It was dry earlier, or farther down the mountain. If I need to, I could absolutely filter some water if I ran out. Okay, this is kind of an area where I saw that last little prick. I'm trying not to walk up on one of them things. I don't want to walk up on a bear either, but I'm looking, hoping to spot some sheep, some mountain sheep. Oh, here's the old cabin. I think I'm still recording here. Yep. They said there's an old cabin and you can summit one of the peaks from up here if you want to. But let's check this out first. That's an old log cabin. Nice little creek running right next to it. That's a really low ceiling. That's pretty awesome. The windows looking out one side anyway. Now, all trails said if you wanted to summit this, there was a game trail moving off to the right. Old wood stove or something. I don't see anything else inside it, thankfully. Oh, that's not a good sign right there. Something had lunch here a long time ago. But according to all trails, summit one of the peaks up here. So we're gonna go real careful and real slow. This is a really thin game trail right here. Of course, it's uphill the whole way. Hey, bear. Maybe I should be saying, hey, rattlesnake. What a view. Almost this summit of this little area right here. I'm not going to go a lot higher. I'm going to sit down and take a break when I get up to the top here. Have a protein bar, drink some water. Oh, wow. What a view. There's snakes here for a minute. I don't hear anything. There's a reservoir down there. Windy up here. I'm not even at the top. You got those peaks over there, which you could probably, if I really wanted to, I could probably work my way up that line right there. So if you look down there, I'll point with the stick I got. Right down there is the cabin I came up from. It's a little bit of a climb. And once again, my voice is slowly fading, probably because of the altitude. Plenty of water in me. Now I'm going to be careful going back, because once again I don't want to slide off the edge here. I also don't want to walk into a freaking snake. And I got to get kind of over to the side there. By surprise by some stupid snake and jump to get away from him and end up 30 feet over the edge. Oops. I have to break my camera while I'm at it too. That's a rattlesnake den. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a cave going down in there. But there's plenty of them hanging out in there, right there. Give that a little bit of a berth. see the rest of the game trail over there going up, but I'm not going up to that pass. We got a limited amount of time today before the rodeo, so. Oh, it's amazing difference in wind coming off the peak, or at least the saddle between the two mountains. Well, back to the cabin. We're gonna go along the trail a little further. Well, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to head back. I've come a couple miles in. Somebody's cattle fence is here, but I think the trail actually loops. I think the main trail loops that way around the edge, but I don't know if I got time to do the entire loop. It's already 1:20. I probably got an hour and a half hike out, so probably have to head back. Man, I wonder if I can get the drone to fly. I'm curious how cold the water is coming out of the creek. Ooh, it's nice and cool. Not freezing like it was up at Lake Solitude, but pretty cool.
Hey, bear. Hey, bear.
I don't want to go too much farther, but let's see if I can get a picture from right over here. The trees open up. I really got to watch my footing in here. So once again, if I start to slide, it ain't gonna be pretty. And that's about as far as I'm gonna go. What a view. Hope you guys can see that well. I gotta go down there yet on the trail. But this was a nice side shot. So I'm working my way back along the rock ledge here, but said it's quite a drop if you slip it lose your balance. Alright, back onto the trail in just a minute here. Oh, you definitely want some shoes with some grip on this trail. I'm not sure which is worse, going up or going down. So like I said, you don't want to slip and fall. You go right over the edge, and it's about a 80-foot drop to the little ravine. It's the bottom down there. So I don't know if you can really tell about the incline here, but this is 100 yards and it drops easily 100 feet, not even 100 yards, probably 150 feet. It drops 100 feet. It's a pretty steep trail. Like I said, right off the edge is 250 feet down to the edge of the ravine, and a whole bunch of really nasty like logs and stuff. So maybe they break your fall and your skin. So I'm going very slow because it's all gravel or dirt and rock, and it's kind of slick under the feet. But what a view. So if you're ever in Cody, Wyoming, come on out to the Sheep Mountain Trailhead, I think it's called, just past the reservoir. You got to weasel in to get here a little bit. It's a kind of a rough road coming in, but bring a 4x4, you'll be fine. And a good pair of hiking boots and a stick and maybe a rattlesnake kit along with your bear spray. Beautiful view up here. Quick point of reference, trailhead's down there. You can see my truck right down there. That's where I started off from. So it's a pretty hefty climb for the first little bit, but not horrible because the trail does switch back. So it's not like you're coming straight up. If you can hear me over the wind, this is kind of where you enter the valley, at the little crag in between the two mountains. And there's the Cody Reservoir. More mountains in the background. I'd love to climb to that one up there, but I don't know how to get there. Probably could have made it to that one, given enough time. There is a little track you can see up there. Oops, right about where my finger's at. It gets you part of the way up there.